everyone. As you know, I was tagged by Caleb from PYC Orchids to answer 10 questions regarding orchids. If you're watching this video, you know Caleb and familiar with his YouTube channel. He is an extremely bright young man and has a knack for growing orchids, and you probably know that too. As a newbie in the orchid community, I've learned a lot from him and really enjoy watching his videos. This is going to be a long one and a long video, and I just want to thank you in advance for staying with me. If not, trust me, I understand. Anyway, here we go. The first one is, how long have you been growing orchids, and which one was your very first? The very first orchid was a phalla. I had it under my care, was in mid-2013. But I would say it's only been a year since I fully committed myself to actually growing orchids. The short version is a friend received an orchid, and once the flower died, she gave it to me to take care of it. I treated it like a regular houseplant because it was in the office. It did grow leaves, but each leaf was smaller than the last. In early 2014, I had one of those ha-ha moments and decided to Google the orchids. Duh. I took the orchid home and found that it was sitting in water and only one viable root, and the rest were dead. I was devastated and almost stopped growing orchids, but by the time I actually lost the orchid, I had accumulated more orchids, too many orchids, and I just couldn't turn my back on it. Second is, what is your main reason for growing orchids? Actually, there was I read while I was Googling orchids, that particular fowl, I heard there was an orchid that smelled chocolate, and I just said, what? An orchid that smells like chocolate? That's how I got started. Because of the Googling, and I found that they were really, really fascinating. I guess that's the main reason, is that I am fascinated, and the more I read, the more I want to know. The third one is, do you grow other plants beside orchids? I kind of sort of do. I'm sure you guys have seen my succulent plant. We had some issues with the roof of the room, so we're kind of braced it and did everything we could to make sure that the water doesn't fall through. And it rained for like 3 days in a row, and it seems to work. But before we tried, I took all my succulent inside in here with the rest of my orchids. So scan the room so you all can see where they are. Hold on a second. There's some right there, of course. There's some on the floor that I hear. You see? So there's some right there. Some right there. I think I have one or two in this section. Yeah, there's one right, I don't know if you can see amongst these. What is it? That one right there. That's a succulent. And I also have air plants. Can you see them on there? There's one right there. There's a couple right up there. There's a big giant one there. A few of them right about there. I also have the CZ plant. I have two of them. There's one right there, and I have the other one in the kitchen. I have a couple of money tree plants, is that what they call them? I have two of those in. I also have daffodils in front of the house, and I recently planted more in big pots for spring tulips. I have roses in the front yard, a couple of climbing vines. I have a lemon tree, a fig. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy fruits. I have a gardenia. I think you guys seen that, and that's still alive. Yay! What are your three favorite orchid genera? Genre? First one, Cattleya. I think everybody loves that. I personally like the fact that they have big, giant flowers, and love every single one that I've smelled. I haven't smelled a whole lot of Cattleyas, but the ones that I have, I just like to die for. The second one is Catasetum, only because I love the way the dormancy period is. It's kind of cool. I was having like a fresh start each year. So if I screw up this year, which is the third one. Roy is right there, Roy, and also the green little apple is right there. I found that they belong to, I don't know if I can say this right, not that I could say Dendrobium anyway, Loturia Dendrobium family, also known as the New Guinea Dendrobium. And apparently there's about 24 species, and I would love to know about the rest of them. The fifth one is, what are your 5 favorite orchids? Well, the first one is, of course, that beautiful thing right there. And I'm going to cry when all the flowers die, so I keep taking a picture of it and just keep posting it wherever I can, because I love that. So that is my number 1, uno favorite. The second one, and my camera's not helping, is this little guy right here. It is a BLC Memoria Anute Messigmeal with the double N. I'm still not able to find really anything about it. They just have a lot of pictures. Every time I Google it, they have tons of pictures, but I haven't given up yet. The third one is the Oncidium Sherry Baby. Those are my all-time favorite because, oh my god, I just love the chocolate. I still have one. This Sherry Baby right is still growing. This one is still smells so good every time I get close to it. It's like yummy, yummy, yummy. The fourth one, of course, is the first orchid that bloomed for me, which was the Catasetum Frilliodoris crossed with Catasetum Orchid Glade Davy Ranches. And I have a video of that too. The last one, I've not seen the bloom. Oh, there she be. There's the spike. So happy. I can't wait. And honorable mention, my Stanhopea. I think I killed the bloom last year, and she's doing okay. She is right there, folks. So those are the 5. Did have 5, right? Icecapade, BLC, Oncidium, Catasetum, and the Vanda. Okay, sorry about that. Talking to myself, as I normally do. Which one of your orchid do you like least and why? Phals. I'm not fond of their big, huge leaves, but I love their flowers, so I have a kind of a love and hate relationship with phals. The least, and that's why, because of the big, floppy ears of phals. Okay, number 7. How many orchids do you have at the moment? My dear friends, please don't judge me. You kind of have to know my personality to understand the number of orchids that I have. And I have a tendency to dive in without looking to see if there's any water in the pool, so to speak. But I always dive in with a smile. So last count, I have a little over 90. 8 is what kind of growing space do you have? I utilize the windowsill because the lights are great, east and south facing windows. This is south facing, and I have one by the dining area. And there's actually, like this one's pretty huge, and then the one where the Stanhopea, that direction, is the east facing window. So spring, summer, and fall, there's a great growing space. But once spring comes a knocking, some of my orchids will go outside. Number 9, have you ever lost a particularly loved or expensive orchid? While phals are not they are my least favorite genera. The first phal mentioned in earlier that I got from my friend and that got me started with Orchid was still one that broke my heart. I mean, I still think about her because I did lose her. She had the biggest flowers that I've ever seen, and I was like, oh my God, that's just, it was pure white. It was in full bloom, at least 8 blooms, and I was just like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Whew, we are heading to the last. Yay. Which orchids are on your wish list? Ooh, Cleones. One in particular, Formosa. I was watching Arlene's video. She had an Oncidium burgundian. I will link her video here somewhere if I can, you know, if I learn how to do it. I'm pretty sure I will. I know you all know Miss Orchid Girl. She featured a vanda called Rhynchoritis. Did I say that correctly? And I will write the name here too. Rhynchoritis Bangkok Sunset. There you have it. The 10 question. So I am going to, I'd like to tag a lot of you guys, but I've taken up so much of your time. I want to tag Sam at Orchids and Puppies, Garrett Springs, Arlene Antiveros. I hope I'm saying your last name correctly, Arlene. Anna from Crooked Orchids, and Christine from Fern Crafts. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!